Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and this is Ask Pocketnow, Episode 1. Let's get to it. So this is a new segment we're trying where we ask you to send us your smartphone questions, and we're going to come on video every week or every other week depending on how much you guys like it, and go through the questions that you've asked. So let's start here. We've got a handful of questions and we're going to try to get through as many as possible. The first question is from Shell Perington. Why don't apps include a close button in Android that will force the program to be removed from memory? Well, if you remember back to legacy Windows Mobile, the old version before Windows Phone 7 came around, every app in the touchscreen version of the operating system had an X. Now, pressing the X would actually put the program into hibernation. It wouldn't actually take it out of program memory. So in order to close the app, you had to go to the menu and hit Exit. So they didn't carry this UI element forward to any mobile operating system today. No operating system, Android, iOS, BlackBerry, they don't have an X button because mobile operating systems have gotten very good at managing memory without having to have apps close all the time. That said, in Android there is a way to force a program out of memory, and the answer is you press the back button. So let's say you're going to the Kindle application and you get to a page on a book, you press the back application, or the back button, it'll take you to your book index, you press it one more time, it exits the application and puts it out of memory. So the back button will do the same function as the sort of X button on your computer, for example. Next question. So a longer question from Paul S. I'm still using the HTC Touch Pro 2 on Verizon, and I've been holding out for an awesome phone all this time. I've been out of contract for over a year, but I don't care much to leave Verizon. I'm deciding between the Thunderbolt from HTC and the Motorola Droid Bionic. The Thunderbolt seems to be essentially an HTC Evo on Verizon, and you're right, that's pretty much what it is, with no real upgrades from last year's technology, but the Droid Bionic seems to be a promising future-proof phone. Can you do a comparison and possibly a recommendation of the two? If you're considering the Thunderbolt or the Droid Bionic, both phones which will be on Verizon, the Thunderbolt actually started shipping yesterday, or pre-orders went up for it, I'd say go for the Droid Bionic. The Thunderbolt is, like you say, a last generation phone. It's got a single core Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, it's got a WVGA display. The Droid Bionic is a step beyond that. It's got the same size screen, 4.3 inches, but it bumps the resolution to QHD. It also has the dual-core Tegra processor, and of course it is also LTE capable. So definitely, if you can wait for it, get the Droid Bionic. That is the phone to get on Verizon. It's going to be a pretty cool device. Next question here. From Daniel, I don't know how to say the last name here, Perington. Will the next Windows device be from Nokia? If not, who will beat them to the market? I think the question is, who will create the next, or release the next Windows Phone 7 device? Obviously, they have slowed to a trickle. We've got the 7 Pro coming out on Sprint in the near future. And the answer is, Nokia probably won't be the next one to make a Windows Phone 7 device. They're likely to wait for the Mango update coming up this summer, just in time for the holiday season. Before that, we're likely to see some summer phones, perhaps from HTC, maybe from LG. We still have CTIA coming up, where new phones will be announced. And we're likely to see a couple new Windows Phone 7s before the holiday season comes around and a lot more new phones come out. Next question. From T-Will. I really want a Windows Phone 7, but I just really want to know, when can we expect front-facing cameras and video calling? Well, not anytime soon. In fact, Microsoft just talked about what the Mango update will bring for Windows Phone 7. So we're going to have fast app switching with a little card view when you tap and hold the back button. We'll have IE9 and a few other things, but not among them is video call support. And you've got to have operating system level support for a front-facing camera in order to do front-facing video chat. So it doesn't look like 2011 is going to bring front-facing chat to Windows Phone 7. There's always a chance a manufacturer could sneak it in somehow, but it doesn't look likely that we're going to see that anytime soon. But hey, most people don't use video chat anyhow, so it's a nice-to-have feature, but the truth is that a lot of people use it once or twice and then they realize it's a novelty. Next question. Michael Letterman. Do you guys at Pocketnow think that Nokia will actually benefit from adapting the Windows Phone 7 OS, or do you think they will end up failing in the end? Windows Phone 7 partnership between Nokia and Microsoft is a huge win for both companies. Nokia needs a strategy going forward, an operating system that already has a built-in ecosystem, as they say, which means developers, software maker, hardware manufacturers. And on the other hand, Microsoft needs a hardware partner that is well respected, that has global reach, which Nokia has. It's a fantastic partnership that we think is really going to work out in the end for both companies. Another question from Sean talks about multitasking in Windows Phone 7. And as mentioned, Windows Phone 7 will finally have fast app switching, sort of like iOS in its ability for you to do some sort of action and be able to swipe between or flip through apps that are currently open. And it's kind of Palm Pre-like, actually, or WebOS-like. What you do is you tap and hold the back button, you get live previews. It's kind of strange, you only see about 2 applications on the screen at once. You can swipe to the right, swipe to the left, tap on the app you want to open, and then you'll go from there. That's a big missing piece of Windows Phone 7 that will probably excite a lot of people, although it's a little bit of a digression or deviation from where other companies are going. On Android, if you want to multitask, you tap and hold the home button. Well, that takes a second or two, which is kind of annoying when you're trying to bounce between apps very quickly. Google has come out and said that in a future version of Android, they're going to quicken that by putting the multitasking out above a tap and hold. Kind of like we're getting in Honeycomb with the permanent button that's always there for you to go to multitasking. So hopefully we'll see that soon in Android. Microsoft, what they're bringing to the table is a little bit behind the curve. Let's go to the next question. From Cole Bogus. I have the Samsung Fascinate on Verizon, and I wanted to know if I should get a new dual-core phone when they come out or just root my Fascinate and try to add faster ROMs. Well, we're always for rooting your phone and trying faster ROMs anyhow, because you already have the phone. Why not see if that makes you happy? If that doesn't make you happy, as mentioned, the Droid Bionic on Verizon is going to be awesome. If you want to go with an HTC phone, you've got the Thunderbolt, but again, Droid Bionic is going to be the one to watch. So that's it for this segment of Ask Pocketnow, Episode 1. If you like the segment, please give it a thumbs up, and also ask your questions here on the video or in the comments. We'll try to get to them in the next segment. Thanks for watching.